We've all been there. No matter what you do, women just won't give you the time of day. Maybe you read some books, maybe you watched some videos, maybe you even worked on improving yourself, but still nothing. Well, you're not alone. Tens of thousands, maybe more, are going through the same thing. And it usually boils down to one important thing that you're missing. I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a dating and relationship coach for Skill of Attraction, where I teach men the skills of attracting the women they want and to maintain that attraction. And today I'm going to be discussing what you're missing in order for women to start seriously considering you as a potential mate. Now, I hear a lot from men how they follow what I suggested or what another coach suggested, yet they're still striking out with the ladies. Maybe they got into much better shape, started making more money, or they practiced some game, yet they still struggle in the female department. But what a lot of men are failing to understand is that there's nuance to all of this. It's not black and white. You're not dealing with an algorithm, you're dealing with emotions. This is why some of this can be difficult to understand. Emotions are completely unpredictable. I always say that women act on their current emotional state, which is always in flux. Where men are relatively even keel emotionally, women's emotions fluctuate greatly throughout the day. Sometimes their emotions are rather volatile, like the day charts of the stock market. And just like the stock market, no one knows which direction it's going to turn, if it turns at all. So it's up to you, the man, to not allow her ever fluctuating emotions to have an effect on you. In fact, I did a video several years ago called You Set the Tone, She Sets the Pace. It's one of my early videos, so unless you've dug through my years of videos, you probably haven't seen it, but you should probably check it out. But in it, I talk about how it's your responsibility as the man and the leader to set the tone or vibe for your interactions with women. If you approach women with the wrong vibe because you're too nervous or something, or you don't believe in yourself, or you're just extremely thirsty, a woman's guard is going to go up. This is oftentimes when a woman labels you as creepy. Now, I'm not saying the reason you continue to have issues is because you're being creepy. That's just an example. What I am saying is you have far more control over this than you realize. So in this attraction tips video, I'm going to be discussing what you're most likely missing, even though you've done the work. But first, be sure to swing on over to the Skill of Attraction website and join the growing community of men who are sharing ideas and advice on women, relationships, and female attraction. It's completely free. There's no catch. Just head on over to soa.fm and register for free. And if you need my personal help and you want private one-on-one coaching, I offer phone coaching for my North American clients or Zoom coaching for my clients outside North America. You can find that there too by clicking on the coaching tab. And no registration is required to book coaching with me. And also, I'm once again accepting emails for coaching videos where I answer your questions in a video. I can't guarantee that I'll get to your email or how soon I'll get to it. So if your questions are important or time sensitive, then I recommend scheduling a coaching session with me. Just send your questions to my contact page listed in the description down below, and please keep your questions short and concise. And I'll be sure to keep all your personal info confidential. Now, what a lot of men don't understand is being attractive to women, being the guy they desire, isn't just about following some steps. In fact, I've seen a lot of men online suggesting that all you have to do is hit the gym and get into shape. Yes, this will help you a lot. Not only will you look better, but you'll feel better and you'll have more confidence. But that's just really one little part of it. And while taking those steps that you've learned about is important, like I said, it's not just about that. This trips a lot of guys up because they were told that if you do this and do that, that women will be into you. Along with improving yourself, these steps absolutely do work, but many coaches leave out a very important part of this process. What it all boils down to is your mindset. If you don't believe in yourself, you're going to have issues with women. If you don't have the confidence, you'll have issues. If you put her on the pedestal because of her beauty, you'll have issues. If you have a chip on your shoulder, you're bitter or angry about women, you'll have issues. This is one of the reasons I often try to guide men away from what the red pill turned into. Just a bunch of angry, hurt men who have zero game or understanding out on how female attraction works. When you follow these kinds of pages and channels who are constantly bashing women, you're going to start hating women yourself. Yes, of course, there are some terrible women out there, but these channels are only showing you a snapshot of the worst women. You wouldn't be following these channels if they showcase the good women out there, because it doesn't get you all riled up and emotional. Whatever you're focused on, that's all you'll see and experience. So you'll find it very helpful for yourself and your own peace of mind to stop following these pages and channels that get you all upset about women and start putting your attention onto more positive things. No woman wants to be around a guy who's bitter and angry with a big chip on his shoulder. You're just giving off a very negative vibe. But when you're happy and confident, you don't have anger and hatred in your heart, and you're feeling worthy and deserving a beautiful woman, you'll begin to notice things changing in your favor. The men who do well with women, the world's greatest seducers, actually love women. Let's take Jack Nicholson as an example. I'm sure everyone watching this knows who Jack Nicholson is. If you don't, you need to crawl out from under the rock you've been living under. Anyway, he's a very well-known ladies' man. His body count is in the thousands, and those include some of the most beautiful women in the world, at least for his time, models and actresses and whatnot. He has said how much he absolutely loves women. He was raised by all women. He grew up spending a lot of time in his grandmother's beauty parlor. Not only does he love women, but in one interview, he said that he actually felt irresistible to women. Now, if you recall what I've just said about you feeling worthy and deserving of beautiful women and how that belief will work in your favor, you'll see how Jack Nicholson's mindset aligns with that. I'm sure him being a legendary movie star has a lot to do with that, don't get me wrong. But even if he didn't have all that fame and high status, he most likely would have done pretty well for himself. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go and try to sleep with thousands of women like Jack, but what I am suggesting is that you learn to accept women being women, not taking female nature personally, and start believing in yourself. This is key. I've done a few videos on this topic, but most men rather believe that women only go for rich, good-looking men. Of course, every woman on the planet would love something like that or love a guy like that, but it's not realistic. What is realistic is being able to attract beautiful women by having a change of attitude and mindset. Women fall in love with your vibe and how you make them feel. Only gold diggers fall in love with your bank account. This isn't where it ends, though. This is just one part of the correct mindset you want to aim for. The other part is indifference. Now, this doesn't mean that you don't care about the women you're interested in or the women you're dating or even married to. It simply means that you're indifferent to the outcome with those women. Being attached to outcomes is what holds so many men back from achieving what they want with women and in life. The reason why it holds men back is due to the fear of failure or rejection. When you're truly indifferent, you're content with whatever the outcome may be. If you get rejected, you don't lose any sleep over it, and you certainly don't lose your confidence. If you fail, no big deal. You just dust yourself off and make sure that you don't make that same mistake next time around. Not only that, but when you're attached to an outcome with a woman, it's almost like she could smell it on you. This makes a woman feel unsafe around you. Like if you don't get what you want from her, that you may resort to violence or ruining her reputation or something similar. Ultimately, it repulses women. But when you're indifferent, a woman feels safe being a feminine woman. She opens up if you spark some interest in her. And if she's closed it off, well, it doesn't really matter anyway. You're not going to get anywhere with her. Just don't take it personal. But my point is, in many cases, it's the indifference that makes the difference. And if you're happy and confident and you convince yourself that you're irresistible to women, you will be indifferent because you know another attractive woman will be walking by at any moment. Of course, this is all much easier to embrace when you have proof, such as several women being interested in you, but you have to start somewhere. However, if you're still struggling with attracting women and keeping them attracted to you, it's most likely your mindset. Make a shift in your current mindset, and women will begin to give you the time of day. So if you found this video helpful and you like the content that I post, be sure to comment and give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. And if you want to be notified in real time of future videos that I upload, be sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon right next to it. And if you found this video worthy of a donation, you can find my PayPal link and Bitcoin wallet address in the description section of this video down below. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.